All right. Welcome to this episode of VAG. Did some garage sailing this last weekend, and let's go ahead and talk about it. Had a little bit of time, a little bit of money. The weather was finally getting to where I think it's nice. Now it's spiked up. It's 80 fucking degrees. It's October 17th. My air conditioner just went off because it's fucking like 80 some degrees. October 17th. Jesus Christ. I think it may be the end times. So I get some dollars in my pocket and I stop at a garage sale. First sale. Hey, do you have any video games? Yeah, I haven't gone through them. Well, where are they at? Right inside this house. Can you go through them? I guess. Like, at first she's trying to tell me to come back the next day. It's like, look here, lady. I'm in your driveway right now. I got cash in my pocket. Why would you tell me to come back tomorrow? So she sends her kid in. He comes out with mostly some Nintendo Wii games. And so this is what we got. Got Trauma Center, New Blood, beautiful condition disc. And we got Chicken Blaster. And I remember talking my girlfriend out of buying this new. It was like $10, I think, for the shotgun and the box. Like, for the new copy of this game, I think it was like $10. It's like, baby, that's going to be a piece of shit game. But for $1, we get Chicken Blaster, we get the shotgun, and it came with the nunchuck. I wasn't going to speak up. I was just going to take the free nunchuck. So we got that. Also, paid $1 for Trauma Center. Also, beautiful condition discs. And then the PS3 game they brought out was Ratchet & Clank All for One. Paid $1 for it. Again, beautiful condition disc. There's a couple fingerprints on it, but nothing that a little wipe down with the t-shirt can't fix. So I continue on my journey, and I travel just long and wide and far. I'm traveling all over. I get to this part of town I didn't even know fucking existed, and out in the country a little bit, but it's still apparently part of the town I live in. So I'm talking to this couple. They're an older couple, and it's like, oh, I got the box of PS2 games. So Gramps, he goes and he gets the box, and then the lady is like, why don't you sit down while you wait? And it's like, I'm cool standing. Why don't you sit down? It's like, fine, lady, I'll fucking sit down next to you. She's like, are you from here in town? Do you know these people? And it's like, nah, I don't know your kid. He's like, oh, what about his friend? I was like, I knew a couple of them. It's like, yeah, we went to high school at the same time. Here's one for you. Mike Padilla. And I was like, yeah, I remember him. He tried to get me to wrestle and play football because I'm a big fella. And it's like, I'd rather stay home and play PlayStation and watch cartoons than roll around in the mud with Mike Padilla, And that's not my idea of a good time. So she also has an autistic tick, I believe. John Carmack does this, where he punctuates sentences with this, and Chris Channel do it. He'll talk and go and so I'm talking to this lady, and she's clearly autistic as fuck. And then Gramps mercifully finally shows up with a box of PS2 games. Like, sweet, I'll give you $20 for it. And then she pipes up with, no, that's too cheap. And I was like, okay. So I go through it, and I'm trying to talk him down. So I pick up this PS2 Fat. I'm like, look, it's caked in dust, and then it's loose. The case is loose. I was like, oh, someone's broken the seal. And so, like, someone's been in it. It's probably had an issue. I think I've talked myself out of it. None of these games are worth anything. It's like, Gramps was like, oh, Grand Theft Auto. It's like, yeah, it's an incredibly popular game. That's why it's worth fucking nothing. It's been ported to like 1 trillion systems. Like, your games suck. It's like 90% sports ball. So I'm like, yeah, I talked myself out of it. I'm not paying $20 for this shit. So I did pick out 2 games that looked interesting to me. We got Legacy of Kain Defiance, and Soul Reaver 2 from the Legacy of Kain series. I think I have the first Legacy of Kain that I got obtained somehow, which is a story I will not tell. I think I have that sitting on a shelf somewhere. I don't know. I may or may not. Anyway, I remember this being popular back in the day when I was in high school, when Mike Padilla was trying... Actually, this is for Balzac, by the way. Whenever Mike Padilla would call me Chunka Muncha, and I got home, and that just flashed into my brain. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that dickhead. Yeah, I mean, he is alright. You know, just talking shit like high school kids do, but Chunka Muncha. I mean, don't worry, I talk to my own fair share of shit. So I continue my journey. I offer... Oh, wait, sorry. I offer $1 on these. The discs are in good condition. So I get $1 a piece on these 2 games, and I continue my journey. I get the fuck out of there. It's like, yeah, I talked myself out of the PS2. Good luck getting more than $20 out of that. Maybe you'll find some rube, but yeah, it was just blasted with dirt and hair and dust. I mean, one of the dirtier PS2s I've seen. The security seal, the void warranty sticker was long gone. So someone's been inside of it to do something. So I'm not paying $20 for that shit. And I mean, none of the games are that great. I think I saw Kingdom Hearts in there. And just nothing really worth... There's nothing to sell. There's 2 memory cards, a couple of third-party controllers. She's like, what about the controllers? It's like, yeah, this is third-party garbage. You couldn't pay me to take this shit, Gramps. Like, you should have taken the $20, and then I would have felt burned when I got home and looked at it. 'Cause this piece of shit probably doesn't work, so whatever. Thanks, Granny, for speaking up and talking me out of it. Continue my journey, and then I eventually find Area 51 for the PS1, offered $1 for it. The disc is a little fucked. A resurfacing will fix this. It's nothing, no deep scratches, but it's pretty scuffed up. It may play as it is. You know, some discs do play fine when they're a little fucked. But, anyway, $1. I got a sad story. Apparently her kid died in a car crash, and these are all his old video games. He had a mod chip because most of the games were burned. And this is the only thing I found in there worth taking. So, sad story. I don't know. But I like Area 51, so I got that for $1. This is the game I paid the most for. One of the last sales I went to last Friday. And got this for $2. This is the collector's edition of Halo 2. So I've got the regular Halo 2. I bought it when I bought my first Xbox. Way back in the day, I had a conversation with Seth Rock. It's like, yeah, I mean, Xbox is cool, but I got a PS2 and a GameCube. I don't need that shit. I'll buy an Xbox when I can find one for $50. And then I think it was a Game Crazy or whatever Hollywood Videos game store was. I got a Christmas flyer one year. It's like, Xbox is $50. And I was like, oh boy, this is it. I'm going to go get my Xbox. And while I was there, I picked up Halo 2. You get an Xbox, you got to have Halo. I mean, what the fuck are you doing if you're not getting Halo? So, pick this up. Collector's Edition Steelbook. Discs are okay. The manual and all that shit. I don't know. Figured this will look cool in my Xbox collection. Now I've got 2 Steelbook games for the original Xbox. Neato. And then, while I was at a sale, I asked, do you have video games? And some lady's like, yeah, across the street from this business, the old Aldi's, there's 2 Wii's for $20. And I interpreted that to mean 2 Wii's for the total of $20, but it's 2 Wii's for $20 a piece. So I looked all, like, anywhere around that area that could have been construed as across the street, and nothing. And then, actually I think this was the third to last garage sale I hit, where I found these. There were 2 Wii's for $20, nowhere near the old Aldi's. It was at least, I'd say, 1.25 miles away. So, yeah, I don't know what the fuck that lady's talking about. Her sense of direction sucked ass. So anyway, I get there, and I'm trying to negotiate with Grandma. I'm like, hey, Granny, You do 20 bucks for both these Wiis? Nah. And this little fucking 7-year-old pipes up. It's like, no, it's $20 a piece. I was like, shut up. Let the adults do business here, alright? Just sit there and shut the fuck up and let old JerryTerrifying here do some haggling. No, they're $20. And I look at Grandma and she's just like, I can't control this child. So I pick up one of these Wiis for 20 bucks. I make sure to take... I got the power and cables, all the cables and shit. And I got the... There's only one controller, so I took that shit. So I took the nunchuck and the Wiimote. And it said VAG inside. So, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, okay, so it says VAG inside. This is actually a recreation. I was doing my best to clean the outside of the Wii without damaging where it said VAG. Oh, man. You know I'm pretty lazy, guys, but I do have a picture. Actually, here you go. If you check out my Instagram, you can see this before I cleaned it up. But I was like, had alcohol on my fingers, and I was doing my best to clean the marker. There's like a blue stripe down the edge. And I was doing my best not to do it, but just a little rubbing alcohol residue on my thumb was enough to just completely wipe that off. The outside, I had to fucking elbow grease and like really work it over to get it. But this shit, I just looked at it while holding the rubbing alcohol, and VAG just dissipated from it. I have no idea where it went. It may be inside of this machine, but there's a copy of Sims 3, which, whoopty shit. That's got to be worth fucking nothing. The Wii works fine. I fired it up. Everything works okay. But I took the one that said VAG. I don't want you to think that this is the authentic VAG, but I was like, fuck it. We'll just recreate it. Let's write VAG in here. And that's why I picked this one. It said VAG on it. Thought it was funny. Like, what kind of maniac kid does that? A little shithead. Probably that shithead little girl's brother is probably also a shithead. So, Saturday I go out sailing. I don't have these staged in proper order, but I think I do now. The first sail I hit up, hey, you got any games? Girl goes inside, takes 1 trillion years before coming out, and she's got a big brown paper bag full of Xbox and Xbox 360 games. Most of it's just nothing I can't even begin to care about. But there's 3 titles I do care about. I pull out Ninja Gaiden Black. Remember an episode or 2 ago how excited I was to have that original Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox? And it was just a case manual and a demo disc with Ninja Gaiden on it. Well, here's Ninja Gaiden Black. I open it up and I actually investigate it thoroughly this time. And the disc is scratched to all fuck. I can't copy it to the hard drive of any of my modded Xboxes. It'll play. And I got to the first boss, the nunchuck dude. I beat the nunchuck dude. It starts the cutscene. It's like, there's a problem with your disc. So this needs to be resurfaced. It doesn't feel like there's anything deep. And I mean, I know, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's fucked. It needs to be resurfaced. I'm going to get this resurfaced. Even though I've got Ninja Gaiden Sigma on the PS3, and it's the exact same fucking game, but prettier. God damn it, I just wanted Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox. It was one of the very few games that I really wanted on the original Xbox. Halo 3 ODST. The discs are a little... I mean, they're better. I haven't tried it yet. I don't foresee a problem copying it to the 360 hard drive. Worst case scenario, again, another resurfacing. But the case is just fucked. Yeah, get in focus there, stupid. Yeah, I don't know. The case is fucked up. And again, I paid $1 a piece for these 2 games. I paid $1 a piece for those 2 games. And then Portal 2, I picked that out. The case is broken, but if you remember the episode with the first time I found Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox, I found a couple of Xbox and Xbox 360 cases that were empty that I'm going to replace. So I've got a case for this, and this can go in the garbage. The disc is in better condition. I anticipate no problems with it, but it's not perfect. Get to a sale. They have this. They got $4 on it. It's fucking GameStop Generico case. History Channel Battle for the Pacific. I got it for $1. I don't know, History Channel. I'll try it, and then probably throw this away. Because I anticipate it being a piece of shit first-person shooter, but it's the History Channel, so I might learn something. I don't know. We'll see what it is. I don't know what the fuck it is. We get to this one sale. This is the last sale I found anything. Been there before. I left a couple of games, and I think these are the same copies of Tekken that I left behind. At the beginning of this year, I got Enter the Matrix and a Green Label copy of Metal Gear Solid, and I left behind the Tekken games. I always thought, why didn't I pick those up? I've never played Tekken. Discs are in good condition. This one's complete. The other one has no manual. Yeah, I've never really played a Tekken game. So now I've got, paid $1 a piece for these. I have not paid, with the exception of Halo 2, I've paid $1 for every single game. And then, I was like, Men of Valor, I don't know what the fuck this is. But I look at the bags like, System Link, maybe I'll copy it to a couple Xboxes. Dick around with it with some friends someday. That'll be neat. Open it up. What do we got? We got Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. But not just that. We got Morrowind Game of the Year Edition. And paid $1 for these two. So that's everything I got. My battery's dying. I'm going to cut this short. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Look at my goddamn Instagram. It's where I post all of my acquisitions first. At the end of the day, I usually post a picture of my garage sale exploits on Instagram. Thanks for watching.